Hello, gentlemen. It's your commissioner here. I wanted to do a quick video. I know I haven't done one in a while, but today, bored at work, I was actually looking at the standings on how everything's playing out, and we got some crazy stuff going the next couple weeks. So, I guess to get people pumped up, get people into the last home stretch, we basically have, 4 or 5 teams and 2 spots left in playoffs. So, just to kind of give you an idea of what I did and how I mapped this out. So, basically right now, Tabor and I have already clinched a playoff spot. We're guaranteed a spot. We're not guaranteed a place. So, this week, him and I have to play each other, which I guess we're just playing for first place because we're both sitting at 9-3. Him and I both have a 54.72 difference between us. Tabor has more points than I have, points for. So on a tied record, even though I believe I beat him at least once, he still takes the first place seed as of right now. However, that could change after this week. So between him and I, it's more for seeding, and that could be big. 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3. I'm gonna want to go 1 versus 4. So looking at that will put one of us at 10-3 and 9-4, and maybe even tie again. So even though a win or loss may or may not happen, obviously will happen on both sides, the points are going to change too on who beats who by how much. So that's going to be kind of fun for me to watch. However, we have Eric Weiler sitting at 8-4. We have Larry, came out of nowhere. I think he won, 5 or 6 in a row, something crazy, at 6-6. Palmer's at 6-6. Tommy's at 6-6. Going into this week, Weiler hasn't clinched because it's an interesting thing. I had to look at it here for a minute. So basically, if Weiler wins this week, he will be 9-4, and he's guaranteed a playoff spot. So that's 3 guaranteed spots. I don't know how it's going to work out with Brian and I. I guess if we keep losing and Weiler wins out, that might be pretty sweet. So, hard to say. However, if Eric loses, he puts him at 8-5. If Eric loses again, that puts him at 8-6. Now, I only say that because Larry's at 6-6, Palmer's at 6-6, Tom's at 6-6. If any of them win out, they then would be 8-6. Ties with Eric, pending Eric loses both. So, that could change some things. Looking at this even more in depth, between Larry and Palmer, it's a difference of 23 points overall. Between Palmer and Tony, difference of 11.18, and overall between the three, 34.7. Points for, points against, how you factor it in. So, with wins and losses and points, we might have some movement. But then you look at it at the matchups this week. Clearly, we have Tabor and myself going at it, which that's kind of easy. Larry takes on Ryan. That's an interesting matchup because right now projected, and I'm not going to sit there and go off of that, but projected is Larry at 129, Ryan's at 120. Tommy is taking on Tony, 128 and 127 on the matchups. Weiler is taking on Jamie, 117 to 109. Now, Jamie only has 1 win, I think, maybe 1 or 2. I know he beat me, so you never know. His team could just light it up. Cam Newton could get off his ass and do something. We don't know, but that kind of favors Eric on clinching a playoff spot. However, if he loses, there's only a couple points between them. Palmer takes on Scotty, and Scott's team's been pretty dominant lately, coming here at the strong suit. Palmer's actually favored to lose that game 139 to 145. So it kind of makes you wonder what's going to happen this week. How is this going to play out? So then I decided to look at week 14, depending on winning and losing. If Eric clinches, or if Eric wins, he's fine. If he loses, then week 14 he plays me. That could be an interesting matchup. Tabor takes on Larry, which is not, for Brian, that's a fine matchup depending on points. If, let's say, he beats me or whatever happens, But that takes on Larry, and Larry's team's been strong the past few weeks, so that could change some things on me and Brian's 54-point difference currently. Then you have Palmer takes on Tony. Depends on wins and losses. And then, and then you have Tommy playing. So it's an interesting matchup that I'm wondering how this is going to play out. So I get it. I'm kind of dorkish when I break this down, but things are a little crazy. But let's look at Tommy's team. Tommy plays Palmer, and then Tony plays Ryan. I play Eric. So yeah. So who's Tony playing? Sorry guys, I'm looking at this as I'm trying to read this. Okay, so Tony takes on Ryan, and then Tommy takes on Palmer. So you have a couple teams right there that are paired up on wins and losses and movement. So clearly Eric definitely needs to win this week, and the rest of you kind of need to play out and win as well, and it may come down to points. Because we're between, 3 or 4 teams. We're looking at 34-point difference currently between you guys for most points. So, good luck this week. Check your lineups. Maybe go waiver wire. Right now, the idea is, who cares if you win or lost? Just try to get in the playoffs. Remember, only 4 teams make it based on how we decided this year. So if you're not the 4 after week 15 and 16, you won't have to do anything because there's nothing for you to do. It's only down to the final 4, and that way we can have our payout. So congrats to Scott as well this week for getting most points. Definitely beat Larry, I think, by like 0.38 or something. Ridiculous. Anyways, good luck, guys. I'll be in touch. I will probably send out one more video next week recapping on all these facts and figures and mathematicians and who knows what. But anyway, guys, we'll see ya. Good luck, and here's to the week.